Let me go start the playlist. Okay.
Jesus. My hand's not ready for this yet. Okay, now. All right, so we go. This one. This one.
Hi guys, let me repeat to everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and I'm just in the process of making the last announcement for the feed. So for those of you who just came in here, notice we put a little bit of music on, the lead-in music, specifically so that people would have something to listen to besides just seeing my face staring at the monitor. So I figured a little bit of music preamble would be a better improvement. Dory's in the kitchen. She's working with her beads, so because the kitchen table was more available to her than just doing that. And of course Sherry says hello. Hi Sherry, how are you doing today? Sherry Love has joined us. That's really nice to see you online. And you want to say hi, Dory? Sherry's on the screen.
Hi, Sherry.
Okay, she's, as I said, Dory's in the kitchen right now, and I'm here in the other room. So I'm going to switch this setup here over so I can see the questions and see where I am visually. So let me switch this over here so I can see my questions and move the screen over here. And let's see. No, that's not what I want to do. Stupid thing. You clicked on the wrong taskbar. I noticed that. Yes, I did. I clicked on the wrong taskbar. Oopsies. Okay, so Sherry says hello, and like I said, if you have any questions, you type them in. I will read them outward so you guys can not have to worry about me missing your topic. You'll notice that we don't have this light on over here right now. I'm going to turn that on, so I'm going to take my headphones off to do that. So let me... here we go. Now, there we go. That's better. So you can see now. We can see this in the camera. And for those of you who noticed, we have. For those of you who did not know, yes, we have a new microphone. This is a Shure SM11 clip-on microphone. I've been using it for several live streams. It's a $100 professional LiPo lavalier microphone, and it gives a much better picture. And so I should let people, Sherry, know that since you may not know how we do things, I'm going to just type something real quick. You type. Oh, don't do that, Michelle. What? Make sure you don't press space bar. Oh, yeah, that would be bad news. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay. So now I got it. Okay, so let me just type a message to Sherry so she knows how we do things. And this applies to everybody. You type your question, and I read it and respond via voice. So keep your ears open for your reply. Okay, so that so people know as you type your questions and I read and respond via voice. Yes. Okay, so that's because it's easier that way to do that. Now, by the way, Dory gave me a new Android phone from Metro PCS. It was kind of unexpected. I didn't really expect to get a phone, but she felt like a dare and bought one. I was a buy one get one free, so she figured why not get Michelle a phone too, since Michelle really needs to be able to have a way that she can read the questions on her phone that's separate from her iPhone, so when her iPhone's shooting a video, she can still respond to the questions, and that's definitely true. And right now, my biggest problem is I'm going to slide this keyboard back underneath the computer so we don't have any accidents. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, is when you're using the FMLE program, you can get into a bit of an accident. If you accidentally hit the space bar, it'll cut you off. Nobody wants to get cut off, especially not me. And so That's why recently we do what we do.
Excuse me.
Now, you'll notice that I'm not actually looking at the information on all the chat comments and stuff. I'm looking at those, but I'm not seeing any new ones. I'm sure Barb will join us in a little bit. Sherry's here, and probably. And I wanted to talk about something here about these videos. There's a software program, I mentioned this before, Restream. Restream.io will let you basically duplicate your stream over multiple sites. If you stream to the major popular sites, it's free. If you need to make a custom stream, to stream to Facebook, there's a monthly charge to it. I forgot what the price was. It wasn't really super expensive, but the problem was, as I ran into, is the question was, is it really practical to do that? And if so, what is the best way to do it? Now, most of my Facebook audience have been watching these videos quietly, passively in the background, and I'm sure that many of them would love to have been able to, when they're live and fresh, to send comments and suggestions. Excuse me. Absolutely, and that's something to consider for the future, is being able to do restreams. Now, as I said, you can hear that Dory's messing around with her beads on the room. And now, anybody have any questions for Dory? Since she's off camera, she is obviously, you can hear her working on her little project on the kitchen table. Unfortunately, the way the camera is set up right now, you really can't see it. Because the camera is bolted to the wall, so it's not really removable easily to move the camera, as it's preset. It's just like Ron Popeil says, set it and forget it. That's exactly what we have done. The BW314 camera is actually screwed and bolted to the wall and is pre-focused and preset, instead of basically making our life miserable and moving gear around the house. Now, eventually we hope to have it set up soon where we can go ahead and have more cameras connected to the system simultaneously, so that you can actually leave more feedback in the system. So let me just turn this microphone off here. I don't need that one on. So how you doing with your beads over there, Dory?
I'm getting frustrated, but I'm okay.
Why are you getting frustrated?
Because I don't think my hand's ready yet.
Well, the good news is my foot hurts a little less. Her cat tagged my foot. And on Saturday morning, after I put Rusty outside, the cat decided to use transference and tagged my foot with full fighting force. And of course, my foot had swollen up a little bit. And so, on top of that, my left leg always hurts anyway, especially if I lay on my bed too long, and it takes me weeks to get back on my feet, no pun intended. And so what happened is because it hurt so much, I didn't get a chance to do much at all. I just kind of, holy crap, the rate's terrible. Yeah. What would be the best way to do it? Well, I told him not to degrade the video. That's why. Right, because you don't want to degrade the video. Right, but 4 frames per second? Good God. Yeah. So programming, encoding. I'm just trying to see if I can check a few things here. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, if anybody has any questions about topics, about things, this is your chance to speak up. And as I said, I'm willing to talk to almost anybody. And ouch. You know, I will be doing a review on the new LG Metro PCS Artista phone. I'm working on getting the review together. What I can just tell you is it's going to be really interesting. It turns out that Dory almost had ESP when she came to me with the phone because she didn't realize that one of the things of the phone I was looking for was exactly the features that she gave me. Support for OTG, the support for removable battery, removable SD card, the ability to have 1.5 gigabytes of internal RAM, 16 gigabytes of user storage. I'm talking about built into the phone here. The newest Android Nougat operating system. And the only thing I don't like about it is the front-facing camera seems a bit dark. And you can kind of tweak it, make it a little brighter, but you got to be careful because if you make it too bright, it's going to look like really, really noticeably bad. The rear-facing camera has a fantastic picture. I don't have a problem with that. So the front-facing camera is definitely a problem. Alright, so now let's ask my audience. This is your chance. What would you like to talk about today? We do these videos on the average of once a week on Sundays. And I originally was thinking this morning after I woke up that I felt kind of sore, and I didn't really know if I was going to go online, and I said, you know what, give me a good reason why not to, considering the fact that I'm sitting in a chair anyway. It's not like I'm going to be worrying about missing out in the other stuff. So I figured I'd come on the air. Now Sherry, of course, is still with us, I believe, as Barb. I think Barb is out there as well, but I don't know. And so you guys, of course, have the ability to ask questions. So just type in your questions, and I will read the question, and then I will give you my response. If I miss your question for some reason, and it could happen, just be patient, and I will try to rewind the screen and see if I can go back to the questions I missed. At this point right now, it's pretty quiet, so should be no much of a problem. Now, I will answer one thing which is not asked, but I've got some questions I'm going to answer right now. The washing machine had to be deferred, as unfortunately Dora fell behind in some expenses on her side, and so we were not able to buy the Wonder Washer this month, which I think sucks because we need a new washing machine. But, you know, the sad truth is you can't help that when shit happens. That's just life. You know, it's unavoidable. So we will definitely be getting some new stuff, new equipment as we go. So what we should do is close iTunes. Close iTunes. Okay, so we don't blame the music. Right, let's do that. Close iTunes. Because it's taking up a lot of I/O here. And eventually, I think there's a memory leak in this computer. This computer needs more RAM. Really, this computer is really woefully inadequate space-wise. So now, since I mentioned the OTG, does that mean that we're going to be able to do things like play or do on the street videos like I do with the suitcase, and this time we would be able to answer the questions? And the answer is yes, and we would be able to do that. I have tested to see if that would work in concepts, and it does. So in this case, the iPhone would still be shooting the video, and the LT Artista would be used to read the YouTube questions that you are posting or restream questions. So it should make things a little easier. But that's about it right now. You sound hungry. We're going to be eating dinner in a little bit. Seriously. Okay, so here's the deal. You guys are, of course, part of my audience, and you guys are Why don't you describe really quickly what it feels like to have the pain in your leg? The left leg? I don't have enough words to describe it. Think of it as someone taking a stiletto and ramming it in your muscles. Ow. It hurts that bad. And it basically makes me want to basically just go ahead and take arsenic. Because it's like, I don't care anymore. Make it go away. It hurts. Okay. And then, of course, we got this Dory's cat that turned my foot into sushi. Which still hurts, but not as bad. It feels a little better now. I had my leg elevated and taking it easy, and it still hurts to get up. But once I get up and I'm standing on it, it's not so bad. And the swelling is, I would say, it's probably going down a bit, so that's a good thing. And I wanted to talk about that, and Dory would probably know what I'm talking about, which is medical insurance. I don't have medical insurance. I really don't. I have the worst medical coverage you can get, which is none at all. Because Medicaid does not pay for anything. It does not pay for my doctor copays. It doesn't pay for hospital visits. It doesn't pay for dental. It doesn't pay for my eyeglasses. It doesn't pay for nothing. And that's one of the reasons why in August I had to cancel my Dr. Lumi Oh appointment, because they don't pay for the copay. And I'm technically on Dr. Lumi Oh $50 or $100 now. Or I would say would have ended up going $100, which I couldn't afford to pay, because I'm paying the other costs of court for the debt collector. So it would have been really hard to do that. And that kind of sucks. Okay. Now, here's a question for those of you who are online right now. And if you caught this after the stream was live and you still want to comment on it, of course, please do. All you have to do is just click on the NASQ, subscribe, and then click on the little bell icon. And then you can leave comments and things. And one other thing I'd like to ask you is, what do you think about using Restream? I've talked to a few people about it. I know Louis Rossman likes it. Louis enjoys being able to restream audio and video, and has absolutely positively wonderful luck with Restream. I'm just checking something here. Yeah, the video sucks. The video sucks. That's because we're using Frontier for this. I tried T-Mobile for it a few times with the. Oh, that's one thing if you ever want to see how bad this network can be with the wireless, the Wi-Fi, is the number of access points in my immediate area is crazy. I'm surprised that if I use wireless and I can even get onto any network at all, because they're all sitting right on top of each other. Marshall Monk has one. Neighbors downstairs have 2 or 3 or 4 of them. I have 3. And it's one of those examples where if you got too many access points, you only got 13 channels in the United States, and that makes it really hard to find things. We have it set for channel 11 for the main thingy, because for T-Mobile, because if we change that to another channel, our wireless dongle, the little tiny converter interface there, the M100 is set to act as a very simple converter for that purpose. Now, I'm going to use the ladies' room real quick. So Dory will cover it and talk to you for a little bit as I go and use the bathroom. Dory, you got the microphone for a few seconds.
Hi, everyone. How's everybody
So you can
doing
talk
today?
about whatever you want, and I'll be right out.
I just want to let everybody know that I am trying to make a necklace and a pair of earrings, but my hand still hurts, and I am trying my hardest, and I'm getting really frustrated with this right now. So if I get angry, please don't get alarmed, because it's not you people, it's my necklace here. I'm having a hard time still kind of feeding the beads, but it ain't as bad as it was. I'm getting better. I'm praying that it is going to get better. And what I'm doing right now is making a necklace and a pair of earrings, like I said. It's coming out pretty good, I think. I like it, but I'm just hoping everybody else likes it. And if you are interested in my jewelry, I have a couple of pictures I can show you, and I'm going to put this one online after I'm done making it. So you'll all see it then. If you are interested, my it's Dory Myville Torrington at gmail.com. You can write me there. That'd be really cool if you could do that. That'd be great. So, oops, wrong one. So I hope that everybody enjoys it. And I'm gonna just say something that it's bothering me. Sometimes people's words can really hurt somebody's feelings. And I know people don't try to hurt other people's feelings, and it's hard not to. So I was told today something that I'm not very happy with. I'm not going to say what it is right now, but I just hope that it doesn't work out the way somebody told me that it's going down. So we'll leave it at that right now. And
what is she talking about, Dory?
Something that I was told today.
And what was that?
I don't want to say it online right now.
All right.
But when I do get the details, of course I'm going to share it, because it's really irritated me. So if it irritated me, it might irritate you. So I will give you back to Michelle.
Okay.
And I just want to say again, if you are interested in my jewelry, my email is dorymyvilletorrington at gmail.com. So I'll talk to you later.
She'll still be right in the background. But anyway, here's the latest update for Hurricane Irma. For those of you who really want to know what's going on with that. Hurricane Irma at this point is growing stronger, and its storm track looks like it's going to be coming in to the eastern seaboard of the United States. Possibly one track shows it coming into North and South Carolina and Virginia and West Virginia. It's going to be possibly a Category 2 or Category 3, but winds could go as high as Category 5. Did
you say North Carolina?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, definitely North Carolina and South Carolina, along with Virginia and West Virginia. And looks like the several models show that the system could indeed come up into New York City. Is it going to be a Category 5 if it shows up in New York City? Some of the models are not really conclusive yet. But clearly that is an issue. And of course, the greatest treasure high, I have two questions. One about Mother Asnet. Go ahead then. Go ahead, greatest treasure. What's your questions? There's a delay between me seeing your questions and me responding because our signal has to bounce off the satellites in space or the fiber optic cables on Earth or whatever. So if you ask me a question and I just see it, doesn't mean I'm not going to answer it. It just means I just saw it. So I'm waiting for his questions right now. So just waiting for his response. So anyway, what this means, and I'm just going to wrap this point up, is that if indeed Irma does go into New York City like Sandy, even if she comes in as a Category 1 storm, there's going to be a lot of flooding. Now, we saw the damage that Sandy did. We saw the damage that Hurricane Irene did. It would not take too long to see how these systems are going to potentially could do more damage to New York City. In fact, it goes so bad that Verizon decided to decommission part of the wire telephone network in Fire Island because the part of the wires were so waterlogged and soaked through that they didn't want to spend fixing the wiring on a sandbar. That's exactly what Fire Island is. It's like a sandbar. So instead of fixing the wire, they went ahead and set everybody up on the Verizon cell phone service. However, part of Fire Island still has working analog phones, and part of it doesn't. And he asks me, what is the difference between Michele and Lumi? Are you both? Is one your spirit guide? Okay, he's asking us, says, what is the difference between Michele and Lumi? Are you both? Is one? Okay. Originally, I was Michelle's spirit guide, and it was beginning our life chart from the beginning that there was to be, if Michele chose it, that we were supposed to join together, and because this is Michelle's life this time, and that was part of our life chart, so that we share the same body. But I used to be her spirit guide. Mother Asna has been working with us directly now, since I am no longer a spirit guide. I'm just a cohabitant of this body. Like a roommate, like a roommate, completely separate androgynous people, but we are, of course, sharing the same flesh. And the next question is, does Hell, Hades exist? A place of eternal suffering. I don't know about fire, but when I understand about hell, it's certainly not a nice place. I don't know about people getting cooked like a roast chicken, but you're gonna go into hell. Hell was created by the Dark Minions, who created their own hell. So when you get this people come into hell, they surrender everything of their own identity and their own free will to serve this one master that controls your life from cradle to grave. And it's very difficult to get away from that environment once you get into it. And these people are not very nice. They are really, really cold. And they really kind of have developed a kind of a bit of unhappiness to their feelings because they have chosen to let someone else regulate their lives and not have freedom. What do you think, Dory?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Okay, and then he asks me, what is your thoughts on Sylvia Browne? I've read many Sylvia Browne's books, and I think that she has a very interesting writing style, and they help explain things to me a little bit better than I kind of remembered, because remember, a lot of times not everybody remembers the other side, especially when you're on Earth here. We have some residual memory of it, but we don't seem to really go into a lot of detail about why the other side is so dear and so precious to almost everybody. The other side is a place of great joy, great happiness. In fact, even if you read the Bible, it said that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter heaven. What Jesus meant that way was not just someone necessarily with money, but somebody who has a puffed up pride and ego. When you go home to the other side, you are returning to the true Godhead. And it's a place of great joy and great happiness. Okay, what do you think of them? I definitely say you're right about that. I think that when you talk about the other side, and you talk about what it's like to go home, there's a lot of people who are afraid that, if you do something wrong, you're gonna be damned to hell. Just remember that everybody has a life chart. Everybody has a plan when you're here. So, and your guardian angel and spirit guide work together to help lead you back on the right path that matches your life chart. For some people, unfortunately, following your life chart means having to be part of the dark side. And in this case, it's a way for them to kind of begin to go, well, gee, you know what? Now I know what it's like to be on the dark side. I want to get the heck out of this. And it's a challenge to do that. But what you do, once you realize that, it's better to be able to go back to the equivalent of the pearly gates. It's better that way. And people will want to go back there. Because it's cool. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I don't believe in heaven and hell. Well, a lot of people don't believe in heaven and hell in the traditional sense. But if you listen to some people and the way they describe near-death experiences when they've seen heaven and they've seen hell. And yes, some near-death experiences have seen hell and have been absolutely positively terrorized by what they saw when they came back from, near-death experience. And they want to do anything they can to avoid having to live there for an eternity. And that's a pretty strong thing. And not a problem. Thank you, the greatest treasure. I'm glad you. I appreciate your questions. So, like I said, we'll just wrap this up real quick with that. Is for those people who have experienced near-death experiences with experiencing hell, they're shaken deeply to the core, to the point where they're willing to do anything they could to avoid it, because hell is so miserable. The other side, the left door, as Sylvia Brown talks about, is not a place of happiness. It's a place of misery, and nobody wants to live misery. Deep down in our heart, we always want to have joy, and I think human beings are designed to live in joy. The problem is sometimes people get some strange ideas what that really means to live in joy, and try to come up with a similar answer. Okay, for example, the concept of capitalism. The whole idea is that you can have a nice fancy car, or a big fancy yacht, a big fancy house, and you think that those physical things are going to give you happiness. But then sometimes you might get happy for a while, but then after a while you start to kind of feel like, yeah, this is no big deal. It's just a car, it's just a house, and I still got to pay insurance on both, and I'm not happy. I remember many years ago for Christmas, I needed underwear. It's really bad. And my mom gave me a pack of underwear. Now you might be laughing your head off and say this, but I cried for those underwear. I cried over them because all my underwears were full of holes. So to receive a pack of underwear was a real dream. Even if that's kind of seems kind of strange. But I do remember the underwears, and I do remember that my mother one day also chucked them over a pair of underwears. I said, Mom, my underwear's got holes in them. They're worn out. I haven't had the money to buy the underwears. And so this underwear is going to be greatly appreciated. So we'll have something to wear under my dresses. And let's see, what else? Let's talk about your foot for a minute. Your leg. My leg. What would make you so happy? If a doctor would...
If it stopped hurting, right, Michelle?
What's that?
You said what would make you feel happy? Your leg to stop hurting, right?
Yeah, I would definitely be very happy if some doctor, out of the goodness of his own heart, would fix my leg, because I can't afford to pay for it myself. But in the case of my mother, what made me so happy with receiving the underwear is because I didn't expect to realize how precious six-packs of underwear were. But as I said, if a medical doctor or orthopedic surgeon said to me, Michelle, I'm going to fix your leg right now. We're going to, do what kind of testing we need to do. I'm going to not charge you a rud cent. You've suffered enough. I'm going to do this pro bono. And I really would love it very much if I could just physically, feel, fresh and young again. That's the nice thing when you go home by what's the other side, is that all your impairments, all your imperfections are gone. You are made whole. We discussed that in the book of Revelation. We discussed that in the book of Matthew. That you are made perfect in the eyes of God. It's only on this earth that you have these infirmities, probably as part of your life charts, to learn some new things, such as a piece of humility, to overcome your limitations. And I know for some people that may be hard to believe it, but it's true. Just remember this, when you go home, I'm looking forward to going home, but I've got to, like I said was before, as a country song says, I will be with you when my chores are through. Wait for me. And I mean, I have things to do in this world. I have a long way to go. I have a lot to do. And one of the most important things I got to do is I got to speak up for my friends and my audience, the ones that come here and watch my channel, people who have questions like the gentleman there, the greatest treasure, and also, Barb, just Barb, all you need, and of course, Dory is here, and Sherry Heaton, or Sherry Love, that's her maiden name is Heaton. Love is her married name. I know Sherry personally. My mission is to also inspire people to do great things, and I think that's important as I show a sense of humility, even when I have to hobble around like a lame person. When my leg is spasming up something bad and I can't really move as well as I could. It's still, it's a challenge, but I will overcome my limitations. And that's no lie about that. I was born of the Mother Goddess and the Father God, as was I, as was Lemmy. We both are. As are all children on this earth. Even the evil ones were both made the Divine Mother and Father God. So, you might not believe it, but it's true. And the Divine God and Goddess loves you all. So they want to make you happy and make you feel like you're getting ahead because they love you. And I'm still taking questions. We still got me on for about another 22 minutes. So if you have any questions, this is your chance to bring them up. Right. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Okay. Do you think these live streams necessarily help? I think the live streams do help because I think people, it sends messages that I'm dedicated to share my time with you, even when I physically hurt, or if I'm kind of feeling emotionally under the weather or physically under the weather. Instead, I come out of my way and I say to you is, hey, I'm going to take my time to talk to you, pain or not. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to answer your questions. I know that my channel only has like 187 subscribers. I know that my channel doesn't really have a huge user base. But you know what? It's okay because I think that my channel has successfully shown people that, we're a good person and that we're good people. Right? So, by the way, as far as the situation with Hurricane Harvey and all the damage that's done in Texas, I must tell you that I'm very grateful to see that so many people all over the world could have pitched in either through financial donations or through going down there physically to Texas to try to help people. I want you to know that I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. And I'm going to turn Dory's microphone down because she's rummaging in her bucket and it's going to be irritating. So, let me hear it. Okay, so it's it's just a really nice thing to see people doing that to make things great, and I appreciate it. But let me ask this, you guys. Right now, since we have I really do kind of want to wrap this up in about 18 minutes, because I know Barbara said to me before she can usually allocate until about 7. She can't necessarily sit around longer than that, and I don't think most people would anyway. Right? Most people wouldn't want to. Most people don't want to. Absolutely not. Oh, it sucks, but it's true. But next week we will be having another live stream on the 10th of September. That is also a Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And so bring your questions, and if you have not already done so, please click on the subscribe NASQ in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. It's a little blue square. And also click on the bell to receive notifications, and then you always will know when a new live stream comes in, so you won't have to feel like you're missing something. And I must tell you, I really appreciate that everybody has come to me and asked questions, even a few I received tonight, which is still a start. I know my channel is, like I said, is small, so I don't expect a lot of people to come in here, but let me turn this microphone back up here. What's that?
I burped and I said, excuse me.
Okay. Well, I turned your sound down so when you were rummaging around so it wouldn't give me a headache. But anyway, so it looks like pretty much the questions are pretty much petered out, but I still think it was a pretty good try tonight. Would you like to see anything before we kind of get ready to wrap it up, since apparently it looks like we're pretty much done at this point?
Well, again, if anybody is interested in my jewelry, please contact me at Dory Myville Torrington
at gmail.com.
gmail.com. Okay? And I will be more than happy to show anything to you that I have. So thank you and God bless.
And I can just tell you right now is, we turn the microphone back off again here. I'm just going to tell you is that my leg, or foot more precisely, the right foot feels a little bit better. I soaked it in the hottest water I could get out of my bathtub, and then I elevated it on top of a couple pillows, and that made the swelling go down a lot. But it's still a little sore, but it's not as bad now. But the left leg, as I said, if anybody knows of an orthopedic surgeon or a specialist that would be willing to help me out with an examination and possibly discussing what kind of surgical intervention we can do to fix the problem with my left leg, because it's really slowing me down, just contact me in the comment section below here. If you are a medical doctor and you do want to talk to me in private, the email address is bichela3@gmail.com. Again, that's bichela3@gmail.com. Put in the subject something regarding the leg, which is to repair left leg, to remove pain or something. And I really would appreciate it. And because I've been having pain in my leg now for about 4 years, and sometimes it's noticeable, and sometimes it hardly bothers me. I guess now that I'm laying more in my bed more, it's hurting again. So there's something about the bed and the mattress and laying in a horizontal position that causes my legs to hurt when I get up and causes me to get into extreme pain. Right now I'm sitting in a chair, it's not hurting too bad, but same as true when I'm at the soup kitchen. But if I stand on my leg too long at the soup kitchen, or if I stand on the leg too long at the other thing, okay, no, it does not. But she asked me if my medical doctor covers that. No, it does not. They will not even pay for that. I have really no insurance. Medicare is a joke. I have no money for the copay deductible. I have no money for that. And so it means that I have been, unfortunately, have been unable to get medical treatment for my injuries for years. And the same thing with my my teeth in my mouth, the one that's split in half and the other one that's missing. You can see the gap there from a front tooth that long ago fell out from an accident. And then I have a tooth here, and they can see it. And maybe not. Anyway, there's half a tooth there. It doesn't hurt, but you know, the dentist looked at me like he said, "Wow." He said, personally, he says, "You're lucky that nerve hasn't been exposed, or it would have been extremely excruciating." And he's right, it would have been. I remember when the tooth split in half, it was extremely painful. I know it doesn't hurt anymore. But still, I don't get any kind of medical treatment. My insurance is crap. I don't know what it is about my situation, but I just don't get the help. And she said, okay, so you have Medicare. I know Medicare covers orthopedic, as I know people who had total joints replaced. Well, maybe they do, but the one problem is the copay part of it, because I can't afford the copay. In the state of Connecticut, they're going to suck in a copay. And in this case, it's basically rerouting muscles. If they can figure out where my leg muscles and my lower calf of my leg get so knotted up like they do, to the point where it's almost extremely painful. It's disgusting. That I can't even get the medical care I need. And I am multiply handicapped, and you would think that they would have given us the access to the things. I can't even get new eyeglasses unless I pay for them out of my own pocket. I can get an eye exam for free, but the minute I need to go for getting an eyeglasses, they ain't free. I don't know what is the best solution. I know that with the Republicans are talking about coming up with new medical plans and stuff like that to replace Obamacare. But seriously, right now, whatever I got is worse than Obamacare. Which is, I can't even get the treatments I need. That's disgusting. I mean, I could let Dora talk to you about that and see what she has to say about this, Becca. Dora, what can you say about my insurance program I got for my health?
It sucks.
Told you. And, of course, you seem like you got a little bit better insurance plan than I do. See, here's the deal. When you actually, I'm in between. I'm like in limbo because I don't make enough to pay for a good insurance plan, and I don't make too little so I can get free coverage. So I'm kind of stuck having to pay for my own stuff out of my own pocket because I make just about enough to be over the minimum or the maximum allowed for free medical, and that's the reason I get stuck with all the screw-ups. And on top of that, Michelle has never done anything to deserve any like that. And that's where we come into the concept of fairness, which is something that every single human being knows deep down in their heart. Even little kids, when they say, that's not fair, well, it's kind of interesting when you think about it. When you say, that's not fair, it's because on the other side, we know what fairness is. And having some insurance company tell me that I can't get the health care I need to keep it so I can be a fully functioning member of society without physically hurting just sucks. Dory said to me about the cat bite after I treated it, and she started to swell up a little bit, and she said to me, well, you really should go to the ER. I said, I can't afford it. They're going to charge me $400 just to show up in an ambulance. Plus, they're going to charge me another entry charge for the ER just to look at it and give me some possibly tell me I need to do the same thing I'm already doing, which is to use ice and take it easy and soak it. So that's a lot of money I don't have. One of the things that growing up in a low-income household is we're used to dealing with things on our own, a lot of home remedies. I studied first aid. I know first aid. And like I said earlier, it's already starting to feel better. But it's started swelling up on Saturday, and it's starting to feel better. And when my sneaker on, it's providing a bit of a orthopedic support for my foot, so my foot doesn't getting flexing too badly, which is a plus. Did you have Medicare? I know. Okay, I just read that. Yeah, it's like I said, I do have Medicare, but they don't even pay for hearing aids. I paid for my initial hearing aid, but then they never paid for the replacement hearing aid. This is the kind of bullshit I have to deal with. And it's almost like they think that I'm a warbucks with lots of money to spare. I don't have lots of money to spare, but yeah, they think I do. And I think that totally sucks. Well, let's see. It's 6:51, and so you can. Okay. So what I would do is, now as far as total joint replacement, I don't think it's the joints. I think it's something in the muscle tissue. Dory had her arm fixed through a doctor that fixed her arm. Had to reroute some nerves and tendons. And you want to talk about that, Dory?
It hurts still.
That's still sore.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm having a hard time doing the beads, but I'm not going to give up. Not giving up.
So it's an improvement versus before when you couldn't even do the beads at all.
No, I couldn't even do it. And yesterday, I was getting my nails done, and I felt her touch. I can feel it right now. The very tip of my pinky finger. I couldn't feel that before.
So you're starting to get some of your sensations back.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good. And like I said, I think that the reason why I'm having problems with my legs is I think it's because I've been laying on the bed too damn long. It's not a problem when you have a cell phone. It's just that you just tend to lay on the bed. It's easier for me than using a computer sometimes. But when you're in a horizontal position, after a while, everything sort of sags. And I'm wondering if that may be part of the reason why I'm having hurts, is because when I get in a vertical position, such as standing up or sitting up, all the muscles, nerves are kind of atrophied and saggy, and it's... If you ever look at my sore part of my leg, as Dory has seen, you can see it's all knotted up. It's like a big bulge there. And I tried everything I could to fix it. And my friend June suggested some exercises I could do to fix it, and that helped. But the cure is worse than the disease, because then I was physically really in excruciating pain once all the nerves and muscles of my leg flipped over. It was unbelievably nasty. It hurt like crazy. But, and then I had a couple of months of reprieve, and then it got super hot, and then I didn't want to go outside anymore, so I ended up laying on the bed again, and then I ended up undoing everything that I did to fix it. And, we had plans to do so much this month, or this year. By the way, we are still going to try to get some things done with, we talked about Christmas lights. We talked about finished getting our darkroom set up so we can start developing films.
I'm doing my Halloween special too.
What's that?
I said I'm going to be doing a Halloween special too.
Right, but we haven't got anything together for that.
I got plenty of stuff I can bring up.
Yeah, well, technological stuff. I mean, fancy lights and stuff. We don't have that.
I do.
Well, we'll see what we do. That would be on Dory's channel, obviously. You couldn't live stream it to Restream? Oh, you probably could. Restream it on, that's going to require custom duplicate streaming. To stream it onto Dory's channel, my channel. But we'll let you know more specifically how that's going to go. And, so for now, guys, it's already 6:55, and I want to thank you all for watching this, and I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'll see you next week, Sunday the 6th, at 6 p.m. That's the 10th. And for right now, I want you to know that I appreciate you joining us for the show. And if you have any comments, concerns, grapes, kudos, whatever, please don't be afraid to speak up, and we will do our best to continue to keep working on and improving the process There we go. So for now, Dory, join me in saying this here. Bye-bye for now.
Good night. God bless.